So let's start with the state of React Native. How about we take a look at the weekly download count for the React Native NPM package. The last time we spoke at React Conf 2021, we were at 600,000. But now, I'm excited to share that we just smashed the 2 million weekly downloads for React Native. And if 2 million is not impressive enough, let's look at the yearly download count. We started small, but I'm excited to share that only in 2023, you folks downloaded React Native more than 78 million times. And I can't wait to see where you're going to bring us next. So now, it's not just about downloads, right? Our project is more active than ever. Only in the first 5 months of 2024, we shipped 19 patch releases. So back in the day, we used to ship a lot of minor releases with a lot of breaking changes. Now, we moved to a model that let us ship faster, but also ship less breaking changes. So updating React Native is not going to be a painful experience as it was back in the day. Recently, we also shipped our latest stable, React Native 0.74. And this accounts for a grand total of 30 shipped versions only in the first months of 2024. And you'll be amazed to see what's inside the latest stable of React Native 0.74. We shipped more than 1,600 commits. Those are bug fixes, new features, new capabilities, bumps of libraries, and so on. And I really want to take a moment to thank the folks in the release crew from companies such as Microsoft, Shopify, Coinbase, and Expo that help us make this release possible. But now, let's talk a bit about which companies and which partners are out there are investing hard on React Native. Well, obviously, as at Meta, we're using React Native quite aggressively in a lot of our apps, such as Facebook, Meta Quest app, and much more. But then, we also have Microsoft, one of our stronger partners. They're a leader in desktop development, with desktop applications such as Office and many more. Then, Amazon is also another key partner of ours. They've been using React Native in a lot of their mobile apps. And I'm sure you don't want to miss the talk from Chris and Anisha just after the keynote, where they will talk about how they're extending React Native beyond just mobile and desktop. But then a lot of other partners, like Shopify, Wix, and many more, I'm sure that a lot of the apps you use daily on your device are using React Native to some extent. And if you really want to learn more about which apps out there are using React Native today, you definitely don't want to miss the analysis that Evan and the folks at Expo has been doing. They've been scraping the App Store to find out how many apps are using React Native, and you will be impressed to see how many there are. But now, back to Meta for a minute. Because I personally feel that we don't spend enough time talking about how we're using React Native internally. So today I want to share some success stories of us using React and React Native. Well, as you can see today, Meta is heavily invested on the success of both React and React Native. It's like an entire org with engineers and engineering managers fully invested on the success of those frameworks. We do this because we believe in the value that it brings to both Meta and the open source ecosystem. So at Meta, we found out that we have more than 2,500 unique React Native screens across a lot of our products. And only in the Facebook app, we have more than 1,000 screens, with popular features such as dating and many more. But on the Facebook app, our biggest partner so far is definitely Marketplace. You probably know Marketplace if you ever sold or bought items on Facebook. So this page that you see on screen is the product detail page. And today, I'm excited to share that this page is visited daily over 2 billion times. 2 billion times, folks. It's billion, billion with the B. By the time this slide is on screen, this page has been rendered over 200,000 times. We believe that this gives a sense of all the possible display configuration, network condition, device setup that React Native is exposed to. Really, this is the scale which we are building React Native. And it's not just mobile, right? I want to show you a couple of other products that we built recently. First, this is the Meta Account Center. It's a way for you to link your Facebook, Instagram, and other accounts together. This is how we built it for web, using React. But we obviously wanted to bring the same experience also to VR. So that's how it looks like on Quest devices. Thanks to React and React Native and our infrastructure to share code, we were able to easily bring the same web experience back to native. And if you want to learn more about our infrastructure to share code between platforms, you don't want to miss the talk from my colleague Olga and Naman later today, Cross-Platform React. And as I'm talking about VR, I can't forget to mention the Quest Store, the place where you can buy new games and experiences for your Quest devices. That's how it looks like on web, built with React. And that's how it looks like on mobile, built with React Native. And again, we wanted to bring that same experience to VR users. So that's how it looks like on Quest devices. Thanks to React, our engineers can easily jump between web code bases and native code bases and share knowledge. So really, this is a testament of how Meta is investing extremely hard on the success of React Native. But it's not just Meta, right? Today, I want to briefly talk about one of our close partners that is also investing extremely hard on React Native, which is Microsoft. Microsoft is one of our key partners, and they've been helping the React Native community in a number of ways, helping us with making releases and building new tooling. But that's not just it. They've been maintaining both React Native Windows and React Native macOS. And they're heavily invested on the success of this framework. A lot of their desktop and mobile apps have been built with React Native, and they've been shipping those apps on both web, Android and iOS, and Mac and Windows. And this is just a handful of apps of how Microsoft is using React Native in production. And today I want to give you a glimpse, one small example of how Microsoft is using React Native. Let's look at this feature. This is Microsoft Word desktop application. And the feature you're about to see, it's called Accessibility Assistant. Let's inspect your document for accessibility issues, such as low contrast or text that is hard to read. This area that you see on the right, the column over there, is entirely written in React Native. And you can see how well it blends with the rest of the desktop application. Folks at Microsoft are using React Native to either create new features like this one or modernize old features. And I want to talk also about another key feature they've been developing with React Native, which is the Windows 11 Start menu. That's the first thing you see whenever you open a Windows 11 PC. This section over here, the recommended section, is entirely written in React Native. Folks at Microsoft have been using React Native to boost the developer velocity because it's easier to onboard new engineers to desktop development with React and React Native. I think it's amazing to see, really, how Microsoft has built core functionalities for their core products, thanks to React and React Native. So obviously, knowing that both Meta, Microsoft, and other big partners are investing in React Native is a huge selling point, right? But I think there is another strong argument when you're using React Native, which is the community. When you're using React Native, you get access to AAA libraries built by our partners and community members. Let me tell you, those libraries are just awesome. Literally. I want to spotlight a couple of them because that gives you a sense of what you can build today with React Native and those libraries. The first one is React Native Reanimated. It lets you build delightful animation, which basically bring your application to life. Look how polished those animations are running, and they're running natively on device. We even added some of them inside the React Conf app for you to experience. And I want to give kudos to folks at Software Mansion, which, by the way, I believe they're here in the audience somewhere, because they've been building this amazing library that is loved by the whole React Native community. So let's give them a big round of applause. Then we have React Native Vision Camera, which lets you unleash all the power of your on-device camera. And lets you do amazing things, like the one we're doing here, the image recognition, motion tracking, and applying filter at real time. Again, kudos for this one goes to Margello for building another amazing library for React Native. And then we have React Native Skia, which lets you use the full power of the Skia rendering engine and lets you build impressive experiences like the one you can see on screen. And kudos for this one goes to Shopify. And I could go on and on and on. But really, this is the beauty of the React Native ecosystem. It's the community. It's the library that are making part of it. And it's the people that are making part of it. I'm always so amazed to see how community-driven React Native is. And I personally believe we would not be where we are today without the help of all of you. So thank you very much.